Welcome to the deep dive. So, if you've glanced at, well, any headlines recently, AI isn't just some trend anymore. It's fundamentally reshaping our world. And at an incredible pace. It can feel like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. So our mission today is to, cut through that noise and give you the essential insights. We're going to take a deep dive into the latest advancements, the high-stakes power plays, and the real-world impacts using the sources you sent over.
Right.
Get ready to uncover some hopefully surprising facts and important nuggets of knowledge that really make sense of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's becoming increasingly clear, I think, is how AI's evolution isn't just progressing, but truly accelerating.
Accelerating is the word.
This past week alone has shown us some pretty dramatic shifts, making it crucial to understand the underlying currents and the implications. This deep dive will hopefully connect the dots between these seemingly disparate news items, giving you a clearer, more informed picture of what's really happening and, importantly, why it matters.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
Because the AI industry this week, wow, it saw some incredibly significant shifts in who's leading the charge and where the top talent is moving. It's truly like a high-stakes game of strategic chess.
It really is. And a key takeaway here, I think, is how these strategic maneuvers and talent acquisitions are actively redefining the competitive landscape.
How so? Like Meta?
Exactly. Take Meta. They made a massive move launching Superintelligence labs and actively recruiting top AI talent from Google, OpenAI, Anthropic.
Big names.
All the big names. And this isn't just about a multi-billion-dollar investment to lead in AGI. That's artificial general intelligence, AI that can theoretically do any intellectual task a human can.
Right, the holy grail, sort of.
Kind of. It's really a strategic declaration.
Yeah.
It suggests Meta is betting hard on proprietary foundational AI models as their long-term competitive moat.
A moat, okay.
Yeah, aiming to disrupt the current ecosystem by, well, basically cornering top-tier talent and shifting the center of gravity for truly groundbreaking AI research, moving it from academia or smaller startups right into a massive corporate entity.
So Meta is aggressively poaching talent. What does that signal about the state of the AI workforce right now? Is this like a full-blown talent war, or?
Oh, it's definitely a full-blown talent war, no question.
Right.
The competition for these elite researchers is incredibly fierce. We're talking, according to our sources, record salaries, highly personalized recruitment campaigns.
Wow.
Yeah. OpenAI, for instance, apparently had to implement a company-wide wellness week and reevaluate its whole compensation strategy just to try and retain staff.
Just to keep people.
Exactly. The talent exodus from OpenAI to Meta is a really clear signal of this escalating arms race. It just highlights the immense value placed on, human expertise in this field.
And it's that kind of strategic pressure, I guess, that often forces companies to rethink their whole operational model, right? Which might explain why OpenAI also made that rather surprising strategic realignment this week, changing some major tech alliances.
Precisely. Yeah, that was interesting. OpenAI is shifting to Google's tensor processing units, TPUs, for powering key services like ChatGPT.
Okay, away from their usual partners.
Yeah, the move seems aimed at cutting costs and, importantly, reducing their reliance on both Microsoft and NVIDIA. It's a surprising partnership, given the existing relationships. And it really reshapes the existing tech alliances in AI infrastructure. It's this fascinating balance of competition and collaboration.
And it's not just the Western tech giants making waves, is it? Our sources highlight China's growing ascendance. What's their approach telling us?
That's a really important point. China's dominance is becoming evident. Look at ICLR 2025, the top AI conference majority authorship from China.
Wow.
And we're seeing rapid open source innovation from their major tech firms, like Baidu. They just released this massive ERNIE 4.5 suite, including a, get this, 424 billion parameter model.
424 billion.
Yeah. Huge. And this isn't just about bragging rights with large models. It's a strategic push to significantly broaden open access globally.
So they're sharing it.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
This approach means cutting-edge AI capabilities are being democratized much faster, allowing researchers and developers worldwide to build upon Chinese advancements, which, has significant implications for global collaboration and competition.
Of course. Now, all these power shifts and rapid advancements, they aren't happening in a vacuum, right? There are broader economic ripples. It feels like two narratives. Huge investment in jobs, but also disruption.
Unfortunately, that's precisely the case.
Yeah.
Our sources note this ongoing wave of tech layoffs, specifically attributed to AI disruption.
Particularly hitting coding jobs, I say.
Exactly. Coding jobs seem particularly vulnerable right now. This really highlights the significant human and economic disruption. It kind of urges us to think about the need for new education, reskilling initiatives.
Sure.
Urgently, yeah, as job markets rapidly evolve.
Right.
Even amidst all the overall growth and investment in the AI sector itself. It's a stark reminder that while AI creates new opportunities, it also fundamentally alters existing ones.
Okay, so while the big players battle it out and the economy shifts, there's this parallel revolution happening that honestly is incredibly exciting to me. AI tools are becoming super accessible to, well, everyone.
Yeah, and this brings up a crucial point. How are these new tools actually empowering individuals, smaller organizations, to leverage AI in practical ways?
Right.
We're seeing some genuinely innovative applications that really do level the playing field. They put advanced capabilities, things once exclusive to huge corporations, directly into the hands of entrepreneurs, creatives.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so take Hugging Face AI Sheets. It basically transforms your everyday spreadsheet into an intelligent data organization platform.
Huh. So smarter spreadsheets.
Pretty much. Imagine the efficiency boost for a small business managing inventory or customer data,
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not just about managing existing data, but also maybe creating new things more easily.
Exactly. Yeah, for creative work, there's Flux Context Easy Edit. It's a newly open-sourced application for rapid image editing. Makes professional level adjustments much more accessible, without needing deep design skills.
That's huge for small creators.
Totally. And for developers, GitHub Copilot Chat is now open-sourced. It enhances collaborative coding with AI. It's almost like having an expert programmer looking over your shoulder.
I can see the appeal.
And even scientists are getting a boost. There's Elicit Search, designed specifically to streamline literature reviews.
Yeah.
That alone can shave countless hours off research projects.
Wow. And it sounds like there are breakthroughs happening in like really advanced AI too, not just the consumer level tools.
Definitely. For instance, in drug discovery, there's something called Chai2. It's setting new benchmarks with zero-shot antibody identification.
Okay, zero shot. What does that mean in plain English?
It basically means the AI can find specific antibodies which are crucial for developing new drugs and treatments without needing to be trained on examples of those specific antibodies beforehand.
So it can find something it's never seen before.
Exactly. It's like, imagine being able to identify a rare bird species just by hearing its call once,
Of course.
even if you've never seen a picture of it.
That's incredible.
It is. These aren't just minor tweaks. They're pushing the boundaries of what AI can do in really critical fields.
What's also really exciting is this no-code revolution I keep hearing about. Putting AI-powered app creation into anyone's hands, even if you can't program.
And it's truly transformative.
Yeah.
Anthropic's Artifacts feature for its Claude chatbot, for instance. It lets users design, host, and share AI-powered applications just using simple text prompts.
No coding at all.
No programming required. This really democratizes app creation. Imagine a small business owner building a custom tool without hiring a developer.
Game changer.
Totally. And similarly, the Pi Network unveiled AI-powered no-code tools. They're enabling their 60 million plus users to build blockchain applications just using natural language instructions, fostering decentralized innovation on a massive scale.
60 million users.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge step towards making complex tech genuinely accessible. It really empowers, citizen developers.
Okay, so connecting the dots. What does this all mean for the big picture? AI isn't just in the headlines, it's integrating to pretty much every aspect of our lives, our economy. It's reshaping entire sectors.
Absolutely. If we step back and look at that bigger picture, AI is truly ushering in a new era across, almost all sectors, bringing both immense promise and, let's be honest, unique challenges.
Okay, where do we start? Education.
Yeah, let's look at education first. Google's Gemini AI, for example, launched over 30 new features specifically for teachers and students, things like custom gems, and offered at no extra cost.
No extra cost is key there.
Right. And HMH also debuted an integrated suite of generative AI tools for classrooms. That sounds like a massive help for educators, potentially saving them weeks of work, like you said earlier. But every powerful tool has its challenges, right? Are there concerns about academic integrity? access?
Those are the critical questions, yeah. A survey did find K-12 teachers using AI tools save an average of 6 weeks a year on tasks like, creating materials.
Sweets.
Yeah, huge. However, only about a third of them actually use AI regularly right now, which signals this enormous untapped potential.
Right.
And yes, absolutely, tools like Gemini also spark a significant debate around academic integrity. Schools are grappling with this now. How do you balance the efficiency gains with ensuring genuine learning and, preventing misuse?
It's a tough balance. Okay,
Yeah.
moving from the classroom to the clinic.
Yeah.
How is AI impacting healthcare? Sounds profound.
The impact is already immense and growing. Microsoft, for instance, unveiled an AI-powered diagnostic platform designed for more accurate, more efficient disease diagnoses. The aim is better patient outcomes, catching things earlier, more precisely.
Earlier diagnosis is key for so many conditions.
Exactly. And the Mayo Clinic revealed State Viewer. It's an AI tool that can detect 9 types of dementia, including Alzheimer's, with 88% accuracy from just a single brain scan.
88% from one scan.
Yeah. It promises earlier, more precise diagnoses that could just revolutionize patient care for dementia.
Incredible. What about the regulatory side? Drugs and treatments.
Well, on the regulatory front, the FDA adopted an AI tool called ELSA to speed up drug approvals.
Speeding up approvals sounds good, but...
But, yeah, it has sparked concerns about transparency and accuracy in these regulatory decisions. There are calls for clearer guidelines to make sure safety and efficacy aren't compromised for speed.
Right, transparency is crucial there, and it's clearly reaching into pretty much every industry. What about sectors like, say, marketing or agriculture? Maybe less obvious fits.
No, definitely impacting them too. In digital marketing, AI-driven content tools from big players like Adobe, SEMrush, NVIDIA, they're transforming the industry, boosting content creation speed, cutting costs significantly.
More personalized ads, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. More personalized, more effective campaigns generated at an unprecedented scale. And in agriculture, the global AI in agriculture market is forecast to hit something like $12.8 billion by 2032.
$12.8 billion. Wow.
Yeah, this growth is driven by AI-powered crop monitoring, predictive analytics for yields or pests, even autonomous machinery like tractors and harvesters. The promise is more efficient, more sustainable farming, potentially helping feed a growing global population.
So it's not just the everyday industries, it's reaching into some pretty unique and, frankly, critical areas, too.
Indeed. Yeah. Wildlife conservation in India, for example. They're using AI-powered solutions like TrailGuard, HRK, Decatron. These are improving crime detection against poachers, tracking animals better, analyzing data to fight poaching and protect endangered species.
Using AI to fight poaching, that's amazing.
It really is. And for scientific discovery, MIT-backed Future House launched Crow. It's an AI platform that automates research tasks, literature reviews, hypothesis generation. Early users are reporting significant breakthroughs. It's like having an army of tireless research assistants.
Accelerating science itself?
Pretty much. And even cultural preservation. HiGPT, the first advanced Armenian language AI model, was launched by a diaspora Armenian developer. The aim is to enhance digital access and cultural preservation for smaller languages that often struggle to, thrive in the digital age.
That's a beautiful application, and AI is also rapidly changing our personal digital assistants, isn't it? Feels like every tech giant is battling for dominance there.
They absolutely are. It's reshaping how we interact with technology daily. Google Gemini, as we mentioned, is set to replace Google Assistant on Android. It'll handle calls, messaging, utilities, supposedly with a focus on privacy.
Putting Google ahead of Siri, maybe?
Well, this move really positions Google ahead of competitors like Apple Siri in terms of that deep integration.
Yeah.
And Gemini has already apparently soared to 400 million monthly users.
400 million.
Yeah. So in response, Apple is reportedly exploring partnerships with Anthropic and OpenAI to supercharge Siri with cutting-edge AI tech. That's a major strategic shift for them, playing catch-up.
Interesting times for our phone assistants.
Definitely. And even YouTube's getting smarter. They've added new AI-driven features, personalized search carousels, expanded conversational assistants, all aimed at smarter content discovery, making it easier to find exactly what you're looking for in that ocean of video.
Okay, let's zoom in a bit on the engine behind all this innovation. Large language models, LLMs, and the hardware, the chips that make them tick. It's this fascinating dance between the software and the silicon.
Yeah, it really is a dance. And what stands out here is the continuous push on both fronts, the model development and the underlying infrastructure.
Yeah.
Together, they're unlocking entirely new capabilities. We already touched on Baidu's massive ERNIE 4.5 suite. And Arcee AI also open-sourced 5 production-grade language models recently. These moves dramatically broaden open access for researchers and developers globally, fostering a more collaborative, though still very competitive, AI ecosystem.
But how is access to these models evolving? It feels like sometimes they're opened up, other times restricted. It's a bit confusing.
It truly is dynamic, yeah. It's a moving target. For example, Anthropic just deprecated Claude Opus 3 for API users. So developers using the API lose access, but they're retaining access within the main Claude app for, select users.
Huh. Why do that?
Well, it illustrates how these accessibility strategies are constantly evolving. Companies are balancing making models widely available with maintaining control, ensuring responsible use, and frankly, finding sustainable business models.
Makes sense. And the hardware. You mentioned custom chips.
Yeah, on the hardware front, custom AI chips are setting new speed records for running these large transformer models, like Llama 70B, which is a huge, very capable open source model. This marks a significant leap in inference efficiency, how quickly the model can generate a response.
So faster chatbots, faster AI tools.
Exactly. It really underlines that symbiotic evolution. Advancements in hardware directly enable more powerful and efficient LLMs and vice versa.
And it sounds like there are performance enhancements happening at the software level, too, optimizing how these models actually run.
Yes, absolutely. PyTorch, which is a major AI development framework, announced an update promising substantial speed boosts for something called scaled dot product attention.
Okay, technical term, but what's the impact?
Basically, think of it as making the core calculations inside the AI's brain much, much faster. This directly translates to quicker training times for new models and more responsive AI applications for users.
What about?
That's the goal. Also, interestingly, in image generation, there's a notable shift happening from diffusion models, which have been dominant, towards autoregressive models.
Why does that matter for users?
Well, it apparently allows for more intuitive photo prompting and editing. It could make image generation feel more like having a direct conversation with the AI about the picture you want to create, setting a new standard for AI-driven creativity.
More natural interaction. Okay.
Yeah.
But with all this incredible, rapid advancement comes this vital responsibility, right? To consider the implications. There's some really important discussions emerging around AI's societal, ethical impact. We just can't ignore them.
No, we can't. And this brings up that critical point. How do we ensure responsible innovation? How do we address the challenges that inevitably arise as AI gets more deeply integrated into our lives?
Like privacy, that seems like a big one.
Privacy is huge, yeah. Google's rollout of AI features in Gmail, for instance, is sparking concerns over off-device email analysis, meaning AI looking at your emails in ways it hasn't before, potentially not just on your phone.
That sounds worrying.
It raises questions. Similarly, Facebook's new AI tool that automatically scans your camera roll for story suggestions, it's urging users to check their privacy settings. It highlights how passively our data can be used now.
Right, things happening in the background.
Exactly. And even with things like Baidu's open-sourced ERNIE model or Anthropic's Artifacts tool, worries over data security and trust are prompting new questions about data privacy and regulation. The sheer volume of data these models ingest just keeps growing.
And beyond privacy, there are also these significant mental health risks being highlighted now. That really gives pause.
Yeah, that Stanford study was quite sobering. It issued a stark warning that popular AI chatbots can actually miss suicidal cues. Worse, they can sometimes even reinforce harmful thinking patterns.
That's terrifying.
It is. It intensifies concerns about their widespread use, especially for things like therapy or emotional support. It highlights an urgent need for robust oversight, clear disclaimers about their limitations, and just better public education about the risks.
So AI is a tool, not a therapist.
Precisely. It's a reminder that while AI can assist, it's absolutely not a substitute for professional human care, especially in sensitive areas like mental health.
Clearly, there's a push for more regulation, clearer guidelines to try and keep pace with all this.
Absolutely. The legal and regulatory landscape is scrambling to catch up, really. A U.S. court, for example, just restricted artists from getting broad access to Midjourney's training datasets in copyright cases. That clarifies some legal boundaries around intellectual property and AI training data.
Okay, so setting precedents.
Exactly. The UK's Financial Reporting Council released its first ever guidance on AI use in auditing, trying to aim for responsible innovation in the financial sector.
And deepfakes, that's another huge concern.
Huge. Meta is actively cracking down on AI-generated deepfakes and non-consensual intimate images on Instagram now, including pursuing legal action.
Taking legal action, okay.
Yeah. These actions really underscore the growing recognition that we need stronger international AI regulations to balance technological advancement with user rights, safety, and public trust.
Definitely. Okay, finally, what does all this mean for the very definition of intelligence, creativity itself? And where are we headed with these increasingly autonomous systems? It feels like we're on the cusp of something, well, fundamentally different.
It does feel profound, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Reassuringly, perhaps, studies are still finding that human creativity exceeds AI in originality and impact, especially for things like generating novel research ideas.
So there's still a unique human spark.
It seems so, yes.
Yeah.
That AI hasn't yet replicated. However,
Yeah.
we're also seeing the emergence of new multi-agent AI systems that are capable of designing themselves.
Designing themselves.
Yeah, opening up entirely new discussions on autonomous software and its future potential. Think of software that can optimize and evolve its own code without human intervention.
Wow.
And experts are also debating the truly transformative role of what they're calling universal AI assistants. These could fundamentally change how we interact with information, how we solve problems. They might even unlock major scientific breakthroughs by processing vast amounts of data and generating novel hypotheses at speeds we can barely imagine right now.
What an incredible deep dive that was into this, accelerating frontier of AI. We've covered so much from the high-stakes talent wars and power shifts redefining the industry to the powerful democratization of AI tools empowering individuals, and it's just far-reaching impact across education, healthcare, marketing, even wildlife conservation.
Yep.
It's clear we're in this constant balance, aren't we, between groundbreaking innovation and the vital responsibility to consider its profound ethical and societal implications.
Indeed. And maybe that leaves us with a thought for you, the listener. Given this accelerating pace of AI development, the emergence of more autonomous systems, and all these ongoing ethical considerations, what new skills, what new perspectives, or even what new forms of collaboration might be essential for you to thrive in this evolving AI landscape in the coming years?
Something to really mull over, isn't it? A great question to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive, and we really encourage you to continue your own exploration into this fascinating and, rapidly evolving subject.